Stephen Covey's is more than just a self-help book. It's a guide to living a more fulfilling and impactful life. Covey doesn't offer quick fixes. Instead, he presents a principle-centered approach to personal and interpersonal effectiveness. Think of it as a roadmap to navigate the complexities of life and achieve your goals. This book is your trusty compass and map, guiding you toward true north, which in this case is a life of effectiveness and fulfillment. Covey's 7 habits are not a random collection of tips. They represent a holistic framework for personal growth. Each habit builds upon the previous one, creating a powerful synergy for positive change. Covey argues that true effectiveness is based on principles of fairness, integrity, honesty, and human dignity. This book is a beacon for those seeking to improve themselves and their relationships. It's a reminder that lasting success is an inside-out job. By focusing on our character and how we interact with the world, we can create positive change that ripples outward. Let's dive into the transformative power of the 7 habits and how they can empower you on your journey to becoming a highly effective individual. Before we can even begin to explore the 7 habits, we need to understand Covey's concept of a paradigm shift. A paradigm is essentially the way we see the world, our perspective, our frame of reference. It's like looking through a particular lens. It colors everything we perceive. Covey argues that real change doesn't come from simply changing our behavior, but from shifting our fundamental paradigms. Imagine you're wearing red-tinted glasses. Everything you see will appear reddish, right? That's your paradigm at work. Now imagine taking off those glasses and putting on a pair with blue tints. Suddenly the world looks completely different, even though nothing about the world itself has actually changed. That's a paradigm shift. Our paradigms shape our thoughts, actions, and interactions. If we want to see real, lasting change in our lives, we need to start by examining and shifting our paradigms. This might mean challenging our deeply held beliefs and assumptions about ourselves, others, and the world around us. It's not always easy, but it's the key to unlocking true effectiveness. The first habit, be proactive, sets the foundation for the entire framework. It's about recognizing that we have the power to choose our responses to external stimuli. We are not simply products of our environment or our conditioning. We have the freedom to choose our thoughts and actions. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. You could get angry and frustrated, honking your horn and stressing yourself out. Or you could use that time to listen to a podcast, catch up on phone calls, or simply enjoy a few moments of quiet reflection. The situation hasn't changed, but your response to it has. Proactive people focus on their circle of influence. They don't waste time and energy worrying about things they can't control. Instead, they focus on what they can influence, their thoughts, attitudes, and actions. This doesn't mean being passive. It means being responsible for our own lives and taking initiative to make things happen. Imagine you're setting off on a journey. Wouldn't it make sense to have a destination in mind? That's the essence of habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. It's about defining your goals and values and using them as your compass to guide your decisions and actions. This habit encourages us to think about our own personal mission statement. What do we want to be remembered for? What legacy do we want to leave behind? By clarifying our values and goals, we create a roadmap for our lives. This helps us make choices aligned with our desired outcomes rather than simply reacting to circumstances. Think of it like building a house. You wouldn't start laying bricks without a blueprint, would you? Similarly, beginning with the end in mind means having a clear vision for your life before you start building it. Section 5, Habit 3, put first things first, prioritizing for success. Now that you have a clear destination in mind, it's time to focus on the journey. Habit 3, put first things first, is all about prioritizing. It's about learning to distinguish between what's urgent and what's important and making sure you're dedicating your time and energy to the things that truly matter. Often we get caught up in the tyranny of the urgent. We allow emails, phone calls, and other seemingly pressing tasks to consume our day, leaving little time for the things that truly contribute to our long-term goals and happiness. Putting first things first means consciously choosing to prioritize activities that align with our values and goals, even when it means saying no to distractions. I think of it like this. If you had a jar and you had to fill it with rocks, pebbles, and sand, what would be the most effective way to do it? If you put the sand in first, followed by the pebbles, you'd struggle to fit the large rocks in. But if you put the rocks in first, then the pebbles, and finally the sand, everything fits perfectly. The rocks represent our most important tasks. The pebbles are less important tasks, and the sand represents those seemingly urgent but ultimately insignificant distractions. Section 6, Habit 4, Think Win-Win, Seeking Mutual Benefit. Up until this point, the habits have focused primarily on personal effectiveness. Habit 4, Think Win-Win, shifts the focus to interpersonal effectiveness. It's about moving away from the win-lose paradigm that often dominates our interactions and instead seeking mutually beneficial solutions. In a win-win scenario, both parties feel good about the outcome and feel valued. It's not about one person getting their way at the expense of the other. It's about finding solutions that address the needs of everyone involved. This requires empathy, creativity, and a willingness to collaborate. Think of it like negotiating a business deal. A win-lose approach might involve one party trying to get the best possible deal for themselves, even if it means the other party loses out. A win-win approach, on the other hand, would involve finding a solution that benefits both parties, perhaps by identifying areas of shared interest or exploring creative options. Section 7, Habit 5, Seek first to understand, then to be understood, the key to effective communication. Communication is at the heart of all human interaction, yet so often we fail to truly connect with one another. Habit 5, Seek first to understand, then to be understood, provides a powerful framework for improving our communication skills. Most of us listen with the intent to reply, not to understand. We're so busy formulating our own thoughts and responses that we fail to truly hear what the other person is saying. Covey challenges us to shift our approach. He encourages us to practice empathetic listening, to truly put ourselves in the other person's shoes and try to see the world from their perspective. Imagine you're having a conversation with a friend who's upset. Instead of jumping in with advice or trying to fix the situation, try simply listening with the intent to understand. Ask clarifying questions. Reflect back what you're hearing. Let your friend know that you're truly present and engaged in the conversation. This simple shift in approach can make a world of difference in our relationships. Section 8, Habit 6, Synergize, the power of teamwork. Habit 6, Synergize, builds on the previous habit and emphasizes the power of collaboration. Synergy is the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. When people work together effectively, they can achieve far more than they ever could individually. Think about a musical orchestra. Each musician plays a different instrument, and each instrument has its own unique sound. But when they all come together in harmony, they create something truly magical. That's synergy in action. In any team or group setting, it's important to value and respect the unique strengths and perspectives of each individual. By embracing diversity of thought and working together collaboratively, we can create innovative solutions and achieve extraordinary results. Section 9, Habit 7, Sharpen the Saw, Renewing Yourself. The final habit, Sharpen the Saw, is about self-renewal. It's about taking the time to invest in ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Just like a lumberjack needs to sharpen his saw regularly to keep it cutting effectively, we need to prioritize our own well-being to continue operating at our best. This habit encourages us to engage in activities that replenish our energy and enhance our capacity to live the other 6 habits. This might include exercise, reading, spending time in nature, pursuing hobbies, or connecting with loved ones. By taking care of ourselves, we're better equipped to handle life's challenges, build strong relationships, and make a positive impact on the world around us. Section 10. The Transformative Power of the 7 Habits is a timeless classic for a reason. It offers a powerful framework for personal and interpersonal effectiveness that transcends time and cultural boundaries. By embracing the 7 habits, we can transform our lives and create a ripple effect of positive change in the world around us. These habits are not a one-time fix. They require ongoing effort and commitment. But the rewards are well worth it. By consistently applying these principles in our daily lives, we can experience greater fulfillment, stronger relationships, and a deeper sense of purpose. Section 11. Your journey to effectiveness. As you reflect on the 7 habits, consider which one resonates most strongly with you. Where do you see the greatest opportunity for growth in your own life? Remember, change takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress along the way. The journey to effectiveness is an ongoing one, but with each step you take, you move closer to becoming the best version of yourself.